What's up everyone, Josh here and welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the 3 brand new amp knobs available from Bogren Digital. This is the Legends of Rock amp knob bundle, and we've got 3 Marshall inspired amp knobs dialed into perfection by the masters over there at Bogren Digital. So let's have some fun. I've got them all 3 loaded into Blue Cat's Axiom here, so I can turn them on and off at will. I've got my typical bag of tricks on the front and the back, so we'll just kind of dive in and have a good time. The first one up is the BDM 75. Check this out. Sounds really cool right off the rip, just nice and, crunchy, good stuff. So this channel switch here is really cool because this acts as like a jumper type situation. You can jump these inputs and you notice the jack changes when you do that. Pretty cool touch. So without it, we have, and then with it, a little more push there. Good stuff. Turn up the volume knob here, and this is the only control on the front, so it's all you got to worry about. So we'll turn that up. Yes. Now you might not expect that level of power from this thing, being the way it looks, but looks can be deceiving, all right? Big time awesomeness, especially with it jumped like that. What I'm gonna do here is turn the gain up a little bit. What I love to do with this amp is in Axiom, turn on the re-guitar, which will turn my pickup into something a little different. Let's go with like a P90 here. And then let's turn on the Hypertune from Polychrome DSP to act as like an octaver type pedal. I just really like the way their sounds. And then a little fuzz here from Blue Cat. And check this out. Holy moly. It just sounds so good, so gnarly. Let's put a little widening on it using shred spread and hear how that sounds. Ooh. Be sure to turn your noise gate up, boys and girls, if you're going to do something like that, because there is just so much on the front of that. But that's just the kind of stuff you can do with an amp sim this versatile, right? So let's turn the volume down a little bit, and then it doesn't have built-in effects on this one, but I can use the reverb and delay and Blue Cat here to, spruce it up. Hear how that sounds. We didn't check out the different cabinets. Let's do that because this does come with 2 different cabs. So let's turn the gain up a little bit. That's cab 1. Then there's cab 2, which is the vintage cab. Sounds real good there. That vintage cab is awesome. I do like the modern for this, just for the versatility and kind of what I like to do, but that vintage is really sick. So that is the BDM 75 right off the bat. Lots of versatility. Kind of surprised me with how high gain it could go and how well balanced it sounded at those higher levels. Really cool. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so this next one is the BDM 800, and I think a lot of people are going to be really excited about this one because this is the JCM 800 inspired amp knob here. So they've got it dialed in with the pedal and effects turned on. So let's hear how that sounds. Sounds cool. Let's turn those effects off for now. And what I like to do with 800s is kind of push them without a boost on the front and just kind of see how unruly they are, because each one has its own like characteristics, right? So let's really push this gain up and see how it sounds. That is so warm and fat. Gotta love it. Let's turn on the pedal here. That is juicy, man. That is how an 800 should sound right there. Chef's kiss to Bogren Digital. Yes, that sounds really, really awesome. We could get carried away real quick. So let's check out the cabs here. We've got 3 on this. So they've got the modern, the vintage, and the lead. So the vintage cab sounds like this. Ooh. Yeah, that is good stuff right there. And then number 3, let's go to the lead cab, turn the effects on, and hear how that sounds. Sounds like a 2x12 to me. I could be wrong, but it sounds like a really dark 2x12 there for the lead, and it sounds really good. Love it. Okay, there you go. So I'm just going to take you to the effects panel real quick on this. Reverb and delay, and you got a couple options here, you know, your typical stuff. And you can sync it with your DAW, or you can turn the ping pong on and off there. And I think it sounds really good the way it is right now. So there you have it. That is the BDM 800, and it is everything you've ever wanted in your JCM 800 style plugin. It's super well balanced. It's not too fizzy. It can roar. It can be polite. What's not to love here, right? Great stuff. All right, the last one is the BDM 410, which is inspired by a JVM 410, which is one of my favorite amps of all time. And finding it in plugin format has been rather difficult. So let's see how Bogren Digital takes it here with the Ampknob. So they've got it defaulted to channel 3 with the pedal on. Check it out. Really, really tight, man. Really good for that rhythm stuff. Let's turn up the gain here, and I already know I'm gonna love what I hear, so let's check it out. Yes, that sounds killer, man. Without the pedal, it's still going to be pretty darn good. Just a lot more low end. So the pedal really tightens this one up. Really great stuff. Let's move to channel 4 where we've got a little more high gain going on here. Okay, that is killer. Like, I'm in standard E right now, but I could see myself really having some fun with some drop D or 7-string stuff with this. Gosh, it sounds so dang good. Let's check out the different cabinets here. So you've got the modern and the vintage. So here's the vintage with the channel 4. Cool. That sounds great. Let's go back to channel 3. That vintage cab is really well voiced. And the thing with the vintage cabs when you start messing with Marshalls is they get really fizzy really fast. But they have kind of said, don't worry about it, Josh. Just turn it on. You're going to love it. And it is so well done here. So channel 1 on this is going to be more of a clean thing. Let's turn the pedal off. Go to the single or the neck pickup and hear how that sounds. Hello. Oh, gotta turn up the volume. So this is fun because you can dial in some reverb on the bottom and get a little more out of it. And it sounds pretty good, but this is where having something like Axiom can really be fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn on the compressor. I'm gonna turn on the widener. And we're going to put a little reverb and delay on it here. And let's hear how that sounds on the clean channel here. Really, really nice. Let's turn on the hypertune, get a little octaver action in there. Good stuff. So there you go. You can turn on the pedal, get a little more push out of it. Fun stuff. Let's go to channel 2 and we'll turn off the hypertune here. And this is where we could really have some fun on the higher end of the gain register and dial in some cool low gain, even pushed type tones. Little more gain. Really, really versatile. Back to channel 3 here. Ooh, yeah. All right, so lots of fun on offer from all 3 of these, and of course using them in tandem with different plugins and stuff is really, really fun. You can get a lot out of it. So I hope you'll take a look at these for yourself, and if one seems better for you, they've got them individually available, or if you want all 3, you can get a big discount by buying the bundle. Either way, go check it out on Bogren Digital. Leave a comment below on what you think your favorite one is or what you like most about these amp knobs, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me today.